Are you eyeing a career at Deloitte Consulting, but not sure how much you'll make? Well, that's normal. And we have great news for you. We have amazing experience and great data on Deloitte Consulting salaries. Today, I'm going to walk through a little bit about what you can expect to make in different practices and in different positions for Deloitte. And I'm also going to talk about how you can make sure that you're looking at the right places and following the right process to get a great job at Deloitte. The first thing that's important to know is that at Deloitte, the salaries vary very widely. For example, in Deloitte Tech, you're going to have very different salaries than if you're in their government and public services area. So depending on the practice area and depending on your level, you'll find really different numbers. Let's dive into the numbers, and I think you'll see what I mean. These numbers are from 2023 salaries. Now, if you're watching this after 2023, we put out great content, so sometimes it lasts a long time. You want to check out the current numbers in our consulting salary report. It's the best in the business, it's free, and you're going to love the content that's in there, not only for Deloitte, but for many other firms as well. First of all, for Deloitte undergrad and the master's level intern salaries, you're looking at $41 an hour plus overtime, and you should kind of expect that you'll work some overtime. Second, you'll have a Deloitte MBA intern salary, which is around $30,000 for the whole summer. For the Deloitte consultant salary, for example, first year or associate, you'll have an average base salary of between $88,000 and $95,000 for undergrads and up to $105,000 for master's graduates. Some of their numbers for Deloitte do differ based on where you are geographically. In addition, you'll have a signing bonus of up to $12,500. For masters, you'll have a signing bonus of about $15,000. Moving on, let's talk about the Deloitte senior consultant salary. Here we're looking at the average base salary across practices of about $105,000. Moving on, the Deloitte consulting manager salary, $150,000. The Deloitte consulting senior manager salary, average base salary across practices is $180,000. And then the Deloitte associate partner salary is an average base salary across practices of $216,000. Now, the Deloitte consulting principal salary, big jump. Average base salary across practices is $464,500, and the average total comp is $2.5 million. So obviously you can see huge difference in value both created and also value rewarded between the associate partner and the manager levels when you bump up to those consulting principal salaries. Now that we've given you the raw numbers, we can share a couple of insights. How does Deloitte come up with their numbers, and how do you get a job at Deloitte if these numbers sound attractive to you? First of all, there are a lot of different practice areas inside Deloitte. In fact, let me read some of them out. One is Deloitte Consulting. Another is Deloitte Strategy and Analytics, or Deloitte S&A, formerly known as Deloitte S&O, but also incorporating additional analytics practices. There's Deloitte GPS, Government and Public Services, Deloitte Federal, and Deloitte Human Capital. So you have lots of different practice areas inside Deloitte. And if you know which one you're going into, you'll also have a pretty good sense of what kind of interviews and related to that, what kind of salaries you can expect. Out of all of Deloitte's practices, Deloitte's Strategy and Analytics, specifically otherwise known as Deloitte S&A, pays the best. So you're looking at about $100K base salary at pre-MBA levels, undergrad and MS, and $175K base salary at the post-MBA level. These numbers are comparable to all of the MBB firms, and Deloitte S&A competes for work with MBB firms. Here's another note on consulting compensation. The higher that you move up the consulting ladder, the more your job is focused on selling, which is why, of course, you see that huge bump between managing projects and selling projects, which is what the principals and partners are focused on. More of your annual compensation, though, at the principal and partner level is variable. So ultimately, Deloitte's going to compensate you not just based on what you do, but also based on who you do it for. The sales part, that's what you do. Who you do it for, that's which practice area you're in. So pay attention to both the level and the practice area that you're applying for at Deloitte. Now, if this is attractive for you and you want to get a job at Deloitte, we'd love to help. There are a couple of things that you need to know in order to maximize your chances for success, which is always our goal with you and for you. Number one, make sure that your resume presents an awesome story that's tailored to Deloitte. What does this mean? Well, Deloitte obviously prizes their nature as a large firm. They're a matrix firm. They're a complicated firm. They're working for large matrix organizations. You need to probably demonstrate some experience in how you've worked with or managed through large, complex organizations and or projects. Also, Deloitte is very heavily analytical. They're also very implementation focused. So you need to focus on the analytics that you've used and the implementation that you've completed. Number 2, you have to prep for the interviews. Deloitte isn't just looking at your competence, they're also looking at your communication. And so you have to be ready for the case interview. Deloitte in particular looks for both case interview and fit interview prowess, and practicing both is critical. You need a minimum of 1 hour on the fit interview and probably a minimum of 10 to 20 hours to prep for a Deloitte case interview. Now, we worked with hundreds of people that have gone into Deloitte in the past year, thousands over the time that we've been doing it. We're really good at helping you prep. And so if this is a job that really matters to you and you want to invest, join our Black Belt program. We'll walk with you through 8 or more sessions, tons of digital resources, and a cohort to boot. Finally, because Deloitte is so large and so matrixed and has so many different options, networking is really important. Deloitte prizes the referrals of their current staff members and consultants. So if you're able to identify a target position in a target area, find someone who's currently occupying that position. Ironically, even if they're not the most senior, they're actually very, very effective at producing referrals because they are the most responsible for bringing in the next class of analysts or associates for Deloitte. Now, Deloitte has a lot going on and a lot going for it. If you want help prepping, we're here for you. We'd love to walk with you. We'd love to support you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.